Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for January the 26th through February 1st, 2015. And so let's just take a moment. And the angels are already starting off with the word trust. And they want you to trust that the abundance that you're praying for is coming to fruition. They want you to trust that you're on the right path. They want you to trust the changes that you're making or that you're considering or that are occurring for you. They want you to center in your source. They want you to center in the reality of your soul's truth in your heart. They want you to put aside any criticism that may be coming from your ego. Just really kind of put a halt to the mind chatter. And don't get caught up also, they give me a sense in the appearances of things, especially information you may be hearing outside of yourself, especially the media. They just give me a sense that this is not a good time to get really caught up in the hype of the media and conversations, critical conversations, conversations that are deconstructive to your joy that may be occurring around you with coworkers or friends. And they want you to be on guard about this. Okay? You have to make your soul your first priority. Yeah, this is very, very important. Because this, you want to protect and your sense of peace and joy. Because as they're saying, this is how the abundance flows. And you don't want to allow yourself to get caught up in judgments or blame, blaming others for, or blaming your situation for creating the unhappiness that you're experiencing, when it's all about truly how you focus and how much time you spend worrying over things that you should be just handing over to God. And I want you to know that God is in particularly with you right now, and made his presence known as I was beginning the reading, in preparation for the reading rather. And so to really call upon God and ask him to help you overcome those obstacles that are tripping you up in your spirit and blocking you from being able to hear the guidance, hear the solutions that he's offering you. He literally wrote this bear, like as in bear aspirin. And he's kind of saying that the only thing that can help with the worries that are kind of giving you a headache is to pray to him. He's your bear solution, if you will, the kind of an aspirin that you need to get rid of the headaches. And when you step outside of this prayer and you try to handle it, your pain doesn't go away. The suffering doesn't go away because you're outside of the vortex, he's saying. And only inside the vortex, only giving everything to God, only letting God handle it, and then accepting the blessings and joy that he has already prepared for you. And letting him take the situation, all of the details, leaving it up to him, and letting go of all the criticism. And he's really repeating a lot of these things. When you do this, you allow for flow. You allow for change to happen. Real change, the kind of change that you're looking for. Change that is solution-oriented. So rest in the Lord. Really rest in the heart, in the arms of God. Trust that this love is infinite. And because it's infinite and ever expanding, there is not anything that you are going through that God does not have an abundance of solutions and opportunities and options available to you that are perfectly aligned with your joy. So embrace this now. Embrace this truth. Allow yourself to be vulnerable to God. Allow yourself to be nurtured. And he's kind of showing me the rocking horse that, for children. And I get the sense that he wants you to be playful, and kind of just let yourself go. Just kind of let everything go. Just get into a place of feeling good, enjoying the moment, enjoying the bliss that is inherent in every moment. And just go for the ride of joy and experience the love. Be carefree. He keeps writing this word joy and love and don't worry over and over again, and allowing yourself. So it's really saying you need to nurture yourself, okay? You really need to, this week, do whatever is nurturing for you. And he's showing me that the nature spirits, the angels, the fairies are taking care of all those details. They're working. They've gotten he sent out the orders, and they're on it. It's done. And they're rallying. And he's literally writing the word here. Rally. The universe is rallying behind you, rallying for you to be filled, to be full of joy. But what you need to do right now is you need to be playful. And they're showing me a pair of dolphins, and they show me the pair of dolphins kind of meeting and almost like they're soulmates. And so this could also be an indication of you needing to be playful if you are in love or falling in love, or you're in a relationship, or you're dating. And this could also just be about anything in your life right now. You gotta be playful. You gotta know that good times are ahead for you. All right, so let's take a moment to kind of look at the card, the Archangel Oracle cards for the theme for this week. Okay, and perfect card. And the first word you see there is trust, okay? Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So this card just confirmed everything we just heard from God. And this is coming in particular through the Archangel Haniel, this card. And so what is it right now that you're really passionate about? What flame are you carrying in your heart? What path of service? Is there someone who has sparked your interest and attention? Not in the way that you normally would think about it, but you notice something very special. And maybe this is not someone that you would have thought you would be attracted to. And it's not that they may not be attractive, it's just that you hadn't thought of him in that way. Does that make sense? And, or it could be the same thing about a career or job or an activity, some kind of service. It just sparked you, and it's a peculiar thing. It's like this energy signature that I like to call. The energy signature of love has a common feeling, but it varies based on the particular area of interest that you are being drawn towards at the time. And so, you may feel this little, well, it's not something little, is it? But you may feel this sensation, this clean, fresh, connection. And it just feels so peaceful and exciting, and you feel a resonance with it. And it could be a person or something that you're doing. And this is what they want you to trust and follow through on it. Don't worry about what's next or beyond what you're experiencing right now. It's kind of like what I was just describing to a client recently. It's like and like for me, when I do these readings, I have no idea what's about to happen, what's going to come out of my mouth. I can't plan it. And I don't crochet, but this analogy came up, and it's kind of like crocheting. There's this pattern that you use to, make the links or whatever they're called. Remember, I don't know anything about crocheting. But when you start out with the pattern that allows you to actually be doing what, crocheting. And as you get into this sort of state of mind and ease, and you relax yourself, and you understand at least what you're doing, why you're there, the pattern that you have to create in order to be able to crochet. And you just allow yourself to go, and all of a sudden, as you do, your heart opens as you begin the service, as you begin relating to the other person. And as you're crocheting, then you begin to be inspired with notions or visions that begin to give you signs about where you are going based on your truth and your heart's desire. And so I kind of put this out to you in the same way. You can't have it all figured out. Forget about even wanting to know what you're ever doing. Just go with the flow. Just, that if you have a goal, a passion for service in your heart, you don't need to know what it is. Just be with that feeling, and in that moment, go with how that feeling is guiding you. Because once you begin, then you'll know. As you're doing it, it'll all unfold. People will come to you, or services, it'll all come. The right person will come. But when you're trying to plan and you're trying to kind of sit back and, try to do it from having to know, and saying, I won't take a step unless I know what I'm doing, then you really won't know what you're doing, because what you will get that you should be doing is coming from your ego. And that's why you'll feel that uneasiness all the way through. So just get in the habit of following your heart. No need to ask questions. The information comes in the doing, if I can say that any better. So let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week. And, well, let me just kind of tune in just to see if there's anything else from Archangel Haniel. So what she's kind of showing me is a very kind of being very, okay, I'm going to say it. So just she's showing me you really being sensual, really, being comfortable, being, with yourself, with what you're doing, even though you may have some doubts, but this is as natural to you as your senses, if this makes any sense. So, just trust and really be, don't leave out. I guess what I'm getting from her is, don't do something without enjoying the pleasure that you receive. So, make it your goal to, whatever you do, to experience pleasure, to experience something good and positive. And when you make that your goal, then you attract all the things that you need, and you attract the contacts and etc. All right, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. I cannot believe this. The Knight of Air is back again. This is week 4. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this card will not stay away. And let me just tune in, since I've said a lot of things about it. But this is definitely, Knights, as you've heard me say before, they are passionate about a mission of service. I mean, that's what they do. They serve the king and the kingdom, and guarding it and keeping it, and protecting its values and what it stands for, right? So we're already starting off the week, and the last 4 weeks with this energy. There's something important, and so I feel like what the angels are really wanting you to know, this card represents you. It represents what's going on with you, the changes that you're experiencing. It represents the universe, and the momentum that they're trying to communicate, since it's the air sign, that they're trying to communicate to you the purpose, your purpose and your mission, that it's time for you to act on your passions, to speak up and communicate, and to get in there. And my first thought too is, and I've had this on my mind since last week when I saw the Knight of Air, when I mentioned the possibility of this representing also someone that you may meet romantically, or someone, as a business partner, some kind of partnership. But I'm really feeling that this card is representing this person. And this person, obviously the qualities of this person is someone, as the card says, who's very intelligent. And what I'm kind of hearing is that, as in the next word, as I looked at the next word, decisive. So that someone may come into your life who is going to encourage you to go for it, because they are good at making that hard decision that you may be afraid to make. And this person may be someone who's going to come in and be of help to you. This is their purpose, to kind of help others to get going and get moving, and to have clarity. So this person may offer you some clarity and some direction and guidance. So just be aware that this card represents many facets of what's going on with you, and representing sort of a state of mind, or a represents, a symbol for what's going on in your life right now and what you need to be doing at the beginning of the week. Let me just tune into this card and see if there's any additional messages. So what I'm seeing is that you need to stay grounded. This is a powerful time of manifestation. That, new doors are opening for you, that you're on a path And this path leads to an archway that's, has flowers all on this archway. So this is indicating that you're headed in a very beautiful direction. Some beautiful changes coming up for you. When you walk through that gateway, it's just going to be everything that you've been hoping for and wanting. But stay connected. Don't lose your connection. Sometimes when I look at this night, he can sometimes be very much in a hurry, and you're kind of racing to get there. But the sense I get from the vision is to stay grounded, but really make all of your decisions from a place of being grounded. So it's almost like they're asking you to be somewhat the combination of the night of air and the night of earth, where you don't be too irrational. But when you come from your place of source and when you're following the love that's in your heart, you'll always be on the right track. And just remember that the love in your heart grounds you and gives you the information you need. Okay, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Okay, and unity. And the first thing I'm drawn to is the fact that this card is a 5. And so just really speaking to changes here. But this card also speaks to that mentor that we were just talking about, somebody coming into your life who you can kind of look up to. This would traditionally be the Hierophant, and it represents, traditions, traditional views, and methods. So there is something in this week that, first of all, don't get caught up in the so much the structure and the, traditions. This is about you breaking free from all of that and trusting your path. And that's why this card is so appropriate, because it's speaking of unity. And so, this is a time for you to not just to kind of get out of that rut, a pattern, and being kind of stuck to one way and that narrow view, and kind of this is a time for you to kind of pull all of your gifts together and to unify them into a whole, which will produce new results for you that will help you to really fulfill your purpose in the way that your heart desires it. And that's really important. Now, let me just tune into this card. And what I'm seeing is just simply for you the number 6, which is, letting go of worries. Okay? So letting go of worries. Don't and right. So letting go of worries. Don't worry about trying to protect something or what you have. You got to let go of things in order to have new things come into your life. And they want you to not just to think of yourself alone, but they wrote the word we. So really think about that, embracing others' assistance, knowing that you're trusting others and trusting the universe. So this is a cooperation with others and with the universe. You're co-creating, and just remember that you're not alone. You're partners, and you're in with the universe and with the people that are sent to you to help you in this endeavor. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. All right, so the end of the week, we have the 4 of Water. And this card is usually about not seeing an opportunity, because what we tend to do is become overly focused on the things that we're concerned about, things, our failures or that something didn't go the way we planned. And what's significant about this card, I feel, is it's the suit that it's in, and the water, which is representing emotions. And what you have to do is really actually pay attention to your emotions. Pay attention to the energy signature or vibration of what's going on. And when you especially tap into your source, then it's like the energy signature, it's almost like a lamp. It lights up that hidden idea, that solution. When you get in that vortex, then you can see what was unseen before. And you'll recognize it, as we were talking about in the beginning, you'll recognize the right person, you'll recognize the right opportunity by its energy signature of love, of peace, of abundance. Close your eyes and feel, and rather than always seeing, like we call judging a book by its cover, when you do that, you miss out on the truth for yourself. And your soul, your Holy Spirit is vibration, first and foremost. Physicality that you and I experience as reality in the physical dimension is the extension of vibration. And so when you put the physical, the concrete, before that, then you're not really entertaining the reality of God and the love and the purpose that is available to you always. There's never a moment of missing an opportunity. It's just not seen with the correct eyes, or in this case, with your heart, right? So let me just tune into this card and see what messages are there. So I'm getting a sense that they're showing me a book, and so this could be you needing to just kind of look at the situation, look at the information more carefully, is the sense I'm getting in this with this symbol of the book. So just take your time over the weekend to kind of look at information more carefully, so that you don't miss opportunities that are around you. They're again saying stay very grounded and very connected. So what I'm getting really about this week is you're on a path where you're following your heart, and your passions are very strong and clear, but you're allowing the mind, the ego, to kind of trip you out of it, kind of talk you out of it. And when you get in the state of vibration, that frequency of ego, all of it's like all the golden opportunities, they disappear, they fade away, but they're still there. And for them to light up again, you have to raise your vibration. You have to be aligned and with what your heart is telling you to do. And so the only way to do that is to be playful, to be carefree, to stop right then and there and take a moment to do something that gives you a little boost, that causes you to laugh, be playful, and something that just warms your heart. And when the heart is warmed, whether it's reading a poem or painting or singing or whatever it is, going for a walk, once your heart is warm, your vibration is up, and voila, everything is visible to you again. It's like almost like in a movie, where there's a hidden treasure, and it's hidden, and once you uncover the frequency, you can see them again. It's like somebody put stardust over your eyes, and now you can see. All right, so let's take a look at the card that I just pulled from under the bottom of the deck, and it's the Star card. And so this card says that in this week, because somebody asked me this question, the card from card from the bottom represents the underlying influence for the entire reading. And so this card is an auspicious card to receive in this position. So it means that, a lot of positive, as it says, opportunities are going to be coming in this week. It's reaffirming that you're on the right path and you're headed towards the fulfillment of your purpose, the reason that you came here. Okay? Your astrological reason for being here. And so you're headed towards that purpose. If there's any doubt in your heart, this is letting you know that you're headed towards that goal. So don't doubt, just stay connected. Okay, do whatever it takes for you to stay connected and just go with the flow. And notice how, as the water pours out, look how here that all of a sudden something starts to kind of grow from that. And so just know that as you follow your heart and you go with the flow of momentum, the ideas and the opportunities that are presented to you, as you just go with it, you will see how it will turn into a source of abundance for you. And so this week is going to require you to trust. You just got to trust. And I get this feeling that you've already been given clear signs, even though you're saying you don't know, but you have. It's just that you don't, what you're saying is, well, I see that, but I don't know if that's, and that's not for you to know right now. You just need to go with it, and then you'll see. You can't see now, but you can, if it feels good to you, just the idea, don't worry about all the details. That'll make you feel, don't get into the pros and cons of it. Just stay with the moment that the idea has arrived and go with it. That's all you're doing. That's all you're being asked to do is go with it. You can decide. The universe is not making you do anything if it's right for you or not. Okay? That's how the ego talks us out of a lot of things because we think we have to push something away now. No. See what it is. Guidance brought it to you. Go with it. See what you experience it. If you don't like it, then you'll know. And if you love it, then you'll know. So, sending you lots of love and angel blessings in this week. Follow your passions.